The program Saamuhika Shakti has been very powerful because for the first time within the country, I've seen the aspect of how a group of organizations have gotten together to professionalize impact, professionalize partnership, professionalize measurement and evaluation, to professionalize, hey, these are the next steps, and most important, collaboration. And I think what really worked is to actually see data on the ground about how successful this initiative has been.
I think the whole collective impact story really worked. Especially the last 2 years, I think the first 2 years I wouldn't say so much. Maybe it was the COVID which didn't do it and everybody was in crisis mode. But the last 2 years, I think for Sambhav it was absolutely amazing to see that we didn't mobilize even one candidate. Every single person came through some other organization, which I think is fabulous because they own the community.
I think initially, as we all know, because of the COVID, there was a delay in starting the program, and I think we were more connected through virtually. I think slowly, like when Nudge Foundation started bringing all the partners together, I think lots of the communication gap which was existing, it was completely cleared. Like we became more closer and understanding each other for the cause. Yeah.
I don't think there was anything that didn't work, but I think going in and typical to having multiple organizations and teams with different journeys and diverse backgrounds, one of the challenges was to have a clarity and alignment on who does what when you especially have a mandate that kind of overlaps across multiple partners, right? So the only way that we kind of worked around that challenge initially going in was two things really. One was to remind ourselves that as CIF and as IntelliCap, the role that we are playing is that of a catalyst, right? And second is to remind ourselves and kind of have clarity in what is the goal and what is the impact that we want to have, right? So we tend to get a little ahead of ourselves and kind of want to do everything. But we reminded ourselves that fundamentally the reason why we wanted to be part of this collective was that we can't do everything by ourselves. And combine that with the fact that we've envisioned for ourselves the role of a catalyst, that helped take a step back and to have that clear conversation with some of these partners where the mandates were overlapping to see who's going to take a lead and the other partner or the other organization can actually take a supporting role. So that kind of really helped.
See, from my perspective, for the organization, this is an ethical imperative, right? And why is it an ethical imperative? Because all our work at a community level is around people working together for collective action. Therefore, for organizations not to be willing to do this and to walk the talk is unacceptable, right? So the starting point had to be that we had to practice what we were preaching for others. The second is, logically, if we, all of us, irrespective of the pathway that we choose to change people's lives, effectively what we're trying to do is to help improve the quality of life of people, to unleash their agency, for them to realize their full potential, and to lead lives of dignity, whether it is through water sanitation, through education, through entitlement, through skills. All of these are pathways to helping people lead better lives. So in some sense, if each of us individually could have some impact, and then you have 6 organizations or 8 organizations working together with the same families, you would expect that the outcomes are going to be far superior to what any single organization could deliver.
See, working collaboratively takes a lot of time for trust. In this particular collaborative, we had never worked with each other. So we didn't know what is their working style, what is their philosophy. And I think in the beginning, it was all in silos. We gave the proposal, we decided what to do. That was not the best thing. So we should have, during the second phase, we really collaboratively worked. What are you going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do together? that kind of discussion never happened in the beginning. So there was already a lot of anxieties of who are these people who are coming for Hasrudala. Others I don't know, because we had worked for 10 years here, right? And new people are coming, but we kept telling the community, this is an opportunity for you to move, for your mobility, make use of any kind of facility that comes. But internally also we had a lot of anxieties. I think if we had, thinking back, if we had little more collaboration and transparency in the beginning, would have, I think probably would have gone much further. But it's always a learning. But now I think the collaborative in a place where everybody feel comfortable with each other and we know how each one works. We have understood who complements whose work, where are the commonalities, where are the challenges. So there is a common understanding about it. So it takes time. Collective impact is not overnight. It takes 10 years to see the results.
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I think more of us need to do it. When I came in, like when we came in into this methodology, our view was, and there is a lot of collaboration per se that is happening across the sector, but a lot of it is alliance and not collective impact, and there is a massive difference between the two things, right? So our view is that probably this is going to be one of the other alliances, and we've done several of those in the past, but they're not people bringing diverse skill sets to drive in the same direction. They are either sort of leveraging alliances, or they are, and there are then issues of sort of having an independent backbone as well. Like we weren't really sure how that's going to work, because other backbones that we've seen in the past, have been not so, and there are risks of organizations stepping on each other's toes, the backbone stepping on people's toes. But what we saw with Saamuhika Shakti was the fact that there was this really collaboration, not just for the name of it, but also in the spirit and everything we did, in how we worked together. It was not your problem versus mine. When we were approaching it, it was our problem, and we were trying to find a solution to it, which I think we need to do more of across the development sector. It doesn't happen more frequently because often organizations are not really confident of their trade and what they're bringing to the table, and I felt that within this group of partners that never happened, and for that we could just put individual aspirations aside and just move towards this collective goal, and that's, I think, really remarkable and fantastic and needs to be replicated across.
Yeah, it's a collective impact team, which was started in 2019, and this entire team has crossed this COVID pandemic, and also working for waste picking community is a big thought. I want to thank the entire Saamuhika Shakti team and the founders of this thought. So, and we are honored to be in this, and also this team is, I was just from last 2 days I was spending time in this team, and everyone is something different. That's where SAS stands now. And so I also felt that we are all experts coming from different field and different areas together to find a solution in the war field. Like I was thinking it's a warfare. We are entering into war field. From everyone is different and everyone is something they are coming with to find a solution for these waste picking communities. And among that, I am very happy that we are, as Parsha, has been welcomed by this wonderful family to find a solution for this community. So that's why.
So what I understand is, as part of the phase 1 of Saamuhika Shakti, a bunch of people, waste pickers, have now become entrepreneurs. Close to 200 of them have become entrepreneurs, which is fascinating to hear that waste pickers becoming entrepreneurs. And Udyam is now, or Udyam Vyapar is in particular going to work with these 200 entrepreneurs to enable their growth and to see how many of these entrepreneurs or businesses can grow to an extent so that it becomes self-sustaining for them over the next couple of years. And which is again something very special for us at Vyapar, because these solutions that we work with them on is also learning for us to scale this in other areas and with other similar communities in the future.
I think collaboration is the only way to go about it. Is it easy to do? Definitely not. But how do you solve a problem that has historically persisted, that has so many complex parts? When we talk about waste management particularly, it has social, economic and technical challenges, right? And how do you do it without collaborating with stakeholders that bring in different skill sets, that bring in different kinds of resources, capital and abilities to able to crack that problem? So collective action is the only way to address it, to ensure that multiple agendas are not conflicting but are all coming together in the form of concentric circles.